Hello, faculty. This is Ben Bacher, and this screencast is an attempt at a flipped faculty meeting model where I give you a presentation outside the faculty meeting and we can talk about and discuss ideas inside the faculty meeting. This Thursday we're talking about scheduling, and I'd like to show you a model of a schedule, tell you where the model came from, explain to you how the model works, and show you a few example students of their current schedules placed into this model. So first, this model came about 7 or 8 years ago when I was involved in a few discussions with different classes that really were hoping to find different ways of meeting different needs, different length of meeting times served them in different ways, and was there a way to create a schedule that could not be one size fits all, but might be more tailored to individual needs of courses. So I played around with this, showed it to a few people. It didn't go anywhere, but people began to talk about it, and it reemerged and has continued to reemerge since then as a jumping off point for some conversations, and I hope that it can serve for that for Thursday. So here's how this model works. Teachers or classes can choose either to meet once a day, 5 times a week for 45 minutes, or can choose to meet in an extended block twice a week and one shorter period. So classes get to choose either to meet in shorter time blocks or longer time blocks. Here's how this would work. A class might say, I'd like short time blocks. They might get scheduled in period 2 and meet period 2 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Another set of teachers might decide that their class is better served by extended periods of meeting time. They might get scheduled in period 4. So period 4 would meet on Tuesday from 10:20 to 12 o'clock, then Wednesday for 40 minutes, and then again on Friday. So in this model, periods 1 and 2 always collide with periods 1 and 2. So if you're meeting in period 1 short, you cannot be scheduled for period 1 or 2 long. If you're meeting in period 1 or 2 long, you can't meet for periods 1 or 2 short. So classes come in pairs, and this was one of the original problems that was obvious, that going from a 7-period class day to a 6-period class day created a large number of collisions. So later on, people proposed, what about making some classes available in the evening? So you'll see in this model an evening period, periods 7 and 8, which are, as a idea, 2 longs and 1 short, a 40-minute here, same as the others on Wednesday, a short meeting block in the evenings Wednesday. Was that necessary or not? I suppose there's unending questions for this model. But there's the concept of how it works. As far as the numbers go, the class time in this model, short classes, 220 minutes, long classes, 240 minutes, evening classes, 220 minutes. Our current model is at 205 minutes based on our 45-minute classes that we have. Another feature of this model is meeting times. This has a built-in meeting time of 50 minutes a day. Is it faculty meetings, department meetings, school meetings? We have this meetings with students. Anyway, a meeting time every day. So we have 200 meeting minutes per week. In the current model, there's 75. That's off. That's That's department faculty meetings only. I think we would need to consider school meetings in that number. Study hours become distributed differently in this model. If evenings are open for scheduling, then students move some activities, get more free periods during the day, considered study time. So really moving the chairs around in the room, one might say. You get the same total number of study minutes per week, and I could take you through that later if you like. So 2 example students. I chose an underclassman and upperclassman. Here's Xander Lee. After I chose them, I realized I chose 2 students who were really scheduled for more than 5 periods per day currently. And I guessed. I picked a few classes, thinking underclassmen more likely to have more classes meeting short and fewer classes meeting long. But I guessed at Physics 1A and Big History, perhaps liking the long periods. And you can see we have English, Math, and the Bible preferring the short periods. Xander's in an ESL class. Maybe that meets a few times in the evening periods. Another student, Haley Newthals, upperclassman. She has more long periods. In fact, she's scheduled for 6 classes. I said maybe Physics 2 Robotics would like an evening period that might have some softer times where one doesn't have to go to the next class if one's in the middle of working on one's robot or whatever project could be. You can see her other classes, Modern Times, Walking Shadows, AP Music, I guessed is long periods, but those of course would be up to teachers. I think teachers or classes would be able to choose whatever they like. Math and Spanish here are every day. So again, a model of a schedule, call it an overlapping schedule, where some flexibility of teacher preference, class preference for meeting time is allowed. Thanks, and see you Thursday.